All right, Kirsten. How do I know this is an arithmetic sequence and I can use my arithmetic equations here? Yeah, it goes by the same number each time. Okay, good. Okay, so by the way, these equations here, you have to actually memorize for your test. Okay, so this I will not be giving you. We'll need to use this one. There's only 2 equations in this unit. Did I say 2? I meant 4. There's only 4 equations in this unit. Okay, that's it. Okay, so that should be a good deal. All right, so Madison, can you please recite from memory? Madison, can you recite? Can you do this, guys, please?
Adding 4 each time.
Madison, can you recite from memory my general term, please? Go ahead.
Tn equals a plus bracket minus 1 bracket b.
Okay, great, excellent, tremendous, even. Okay. Brooke, can you give me one of those 4 things for this equation, please? Positive 4. We're going up by, because think if it was negative 4, you'd be going like negative 20, negative 24, they'd be getting smaller like that. Okay. All right, Julia, can I get something else, please? Is there anything else we know?
Negative 20 is,
Yeah, negative 20 is what? The starting value here. Starting value is going to be that, okay? Logan, what else do we know? Okay. Yeah, so m is going to be 25 because we're looking for the 25th term. Yeah. Now the reason I want you to put this unknown stuff at the left-hand side is that it's very, especially when we get to in the next few days, we'll be putting 2 and 3 equations together, so it's going to be a little more complicated, but then it's obvious what you know and what you need to find. Okay? All right. Caitlin, since you weren't here for the main part, can you sub some numbers into my equation for me, please? Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, that's the equation. Amanda, what is 25 minus 1, please? 6. Sienna. I know it's Friday afternoon. It's 3U. Stay a little bit late here, please. All right, Tiana, what is 24 times 4, please? 24 times 4. You don't know what 24 times 4 is?
Oh.
Okay, so what's 96? Tiana, finish up here. What's 96 minus 20? I said don't be afraid. I said don't be afraid. Okay. So we're looking for the 35th term here.
What 35? Where 35?
Well, whoops, I can't write properly. Sorry, Frankie. Therefore, the value of the 25th term is 76. Okay? So again, after all that trig stuff, this should hopefully be fairly straightforward. Okay, I want you guys to try example 3 for yourselves here right now. Oh, have I recorded this or not? I am recording this. Okay, example 3, try this one for me. Find the number of terms in the sequence. Okay, go ahead. Play along here. Okay, so people are mixing up the algebra. I'll go through the basics here. Tn is 163, A is 2, N is unknown, and D is going to be 7. Okay, your brain has been on complicated math for way too long, is what I'm going to say, okay?
Yeah.
So your brain has been on like wonderful trig and all sorts of good things. What's the first thing I do in an equation like this to solve for n? Sorry? You can either add 2 or you can get rid of the brackets, either one of those. Let's add 2, okay? So if, no, you don't add 2. Subtract 2, yeah, so I got confused here. So that's 161 equals 7n minus 1, okay? Now, either you can FOIL it out, or you can divide by 7, okay? If you want to divide by 7, that should be 23. All right, that's what we can that for me? Okay, and then we're going to move the 1 over to make it 24 equals that. Therefore, there are 24 terms.
That's what I got that.
If you do it, remember the thing about algebra, if you did it a different way, like if you FOILed out the brackets first, that'll work, whatever, okay? But if you were trying to divide by 7 first, that's not going to work. And I don't know what you were doing, okay, but it wasn't this, okay? Yeah. Oh, okay, the thing is, the question was, can I talk to you guys, please? The question was, guys, please? Okay, the question was, why can't you divide by 7 first? What's wrong with dividing by 7 on the very first line? Yeah, because what's going to happen is, you have to divide every term. You're going to divide this term, and this term, and this term. So this would be 163 over 7 equals 2 over 7, plus n minus 1. So it'll still work, but you've got to remember to divide that 2 as well. Okay? All right, one last question, then we'll stop here. Example 4. That's right.
All right.
What?
Okay, so this is where we're going to stuff like this. So it's a bit more complicated. You guys should all handle this, no issues, okay? So we'll go through this one together as a class. It says the 13th term in an arithmetic sequence is 42 and the 18th term is 27. Find the value of the 1,001st term. Okay. Before I give you guys the answer to this, what would be an idea? What would you need to find? Oops, I'm just getting too fired up. Good, perfect. Okay, but in order to find the 1,001st term, what do we need? Know the sequence? Yes. Go ahead. Could be defined from 13, 18. Just in general, if you're solving the equation, if you're looking for this. Yeah, okay, right? Tn we're not going to know. That's all we know right now. Okay? Like if we're going along there, all we know is Tn we don't know, A we don't know, D we don't know, and N we know is 1,001. Any ideas for how I could get A or D?
Would you go 42 minus 27?
What is that going to give you?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to just write down everything that I happen to know and see if we can do this here. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to use T13 equals 42. Can somebody put that into an equation for me if I'm using Tn equals A plus n minus 1d? Tell me anything that I know from T13 equals 42. What values do I know? You know n, that's good. What's n going to be? It's only 13. So I can rewrite this as 42 equals A plus 13 minus 1d. Yeah. How do we get that? Yeah. I'm totally, that's another way to do it, and that'll work. I'm gonna do the algebra way just in case it's something you can't do that easily, okay? But yeah, that will definitely work. So what he did was he found the difference between, and that's why I made it up in my head when I did it, right? It goes like that, okay?
Wait, can you explain that one?
Yeah.
It's just, you do 42 to go to 27, which is 15, and since there's 5 terms in between 13 and the 18th, you divide it by 5.
Okay. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here like that. So I'm gonna write this as 42.
I hear ya.
Okay, can someone do something similar with T18 equals 27? Now, I want you to stick with this method, even if you did it a different way, because when you get there, this is the simplest type, honestly, it is a substitution. But as we get to the more complicated equations, you're not just going to do it all in your head, so I want you to just to start with the process here so that you get going. Can somebody set this up as an equation for T18 equals 27? Someone be brave, please. Yeah, so I'm going to say 27 equals A plus 18 minus 1D. So we have 27 equals A plus 17D. Does anyone have any question over where those two little mini equations came from? We're okay on where those came from, I hope? Yeah, go ahead.
Why did you put the T13 equals?
Well, because what I just did is I was using, I'm just sort of summarizing, right? The information that I know is the 13th term is 42, that's what I know. Okay, so that's what I'm writing here is T13 is 42. So the Tn, the value is 42, and the n you get is 13. That's what you get from there. Same thing over here then. The value is going to be 27, but the subscript 18 is going to tell you the n is 18. I'm just trying to pull as much information as I can from the question. All right, so when I wrote this on the board, Madison, can you yell out what you said when I wrote that on the board? I don't remember. I think it's a substitution is what you said.
Oh.
And it is substitution. If you like elimination, too bad. We're going to use substitution. Okay, so on the left-hand side, I'm going to isolate A. Can someone be brave and isolate A on the left-hand side, please? Oh, goodness. Logan, we're good?
Yeah.
Can you isolate A for me, please?
No. It's been a rough day.
Oh.
I feel for it.
Did you just read it?
Okay, so just think back to grade 10, and I think we did this already, didn't we? For the, I can't remember what the question was. The other when we had 3 points we were given. We were trying to make an equation out of 3 points. When we got to the end of the year, we had that on our first test, I think. Okay, if you look back, we did that on our first test. So when I rearrange this, it will be 27 equals 42 minus 12D plus 17D. 27 equals 42 plus 5D. Negative 15 equals 5D. D equals negative 3. Okay, so what I did is it took me a whole board to do what Curtis did in his brain. I wanted to show it this way though, because as I said, as the equations get more complicated, this substitution trick works lots. Okay, and it's more difficult as the numbers get more complicated to do it that way. Okay. Are we okay on where D came from? Okay, to get A then we're going to sub it back in. So we're going to say A equals 42 minus 12 times negative 3. So that's 42 plus 36. A equals 78. Okay. And why am I a happy camper? And I can actually do my equation, okay? So if I, go back over here, all of a sudden now, A is equal to 78, and D is negative 3, so you can solve for Tn. So this is going to be Tn equals 78 plus 1001 minus 1 times negative 3. That's 78 plus 1000 times negative 3. That's 78 Okay, good. So we're back to substitution, we're back to grade. Okay, I hope you guys are feeling good with this. Yes.
Okay, is there any way I can make both of them equal A and then have one equal the other?
What do you mean? Oh, this one here? Yeah, you could have done.
No, I mean, we have both of them, like A equals, like 12B minus 42, and then A equals 17.
You like substitution better? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, you really got that one sort out. Just, okay, so what you're saying is, you want me to write this as A then equals 27 minus 17B? This will say 17B. And then you're gonna say 42 minus 12B is equal to 27 minus 17B, if that's better for you?
Does that work?
Yes. Yeah,
Because I did that and I got positive.
check it out, bro. You must have plus and a minus, right? Because you must, what has to happen is, probably that 17 was 17 or something like that, but it should work out to be exactly the same. I'll do it on the board after. Yes?
It's 78 minus 3 times 250.
Clearly. Naturally. Okay. There's two bits of track in my head. Okay, good? Okay, I'll write your homework on the board, and then I'll fix up what happened to Riley, and then we'll call it a day here. Okay? So, homework, page 424. Just so you know, every question on here I think is all word problems. So these are word problems, okay? Because that's what this is all based on. Okay. I'm giving you sort of the warm up here for yourself. I'm going to yell at you guys once I hit fonts on here. Okay. Okay, good.